Mohamed Salah, how a football star inspired many to embrace Islam. In a time when the world of sport often collides with politics, culture, and religion, few figures have made as profound and unexpected an impact as Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian forward who plays for Liverpool FC and captains the Egyptian national team. With his dazzling skill, humble demeanor, and open practice of Islam, Salah has become more than a football star. He has become a symbol of faith, unity, and transformation. Incredibly, his influence has gone far beyond the pitch, inspiring dozens, perhaps even hundreds of people to convert to Islam or re-examine their views about the faith. This is the story of how a footballer's authenticity, humility, and excellence changed hearts and minds across the world. The face of Islam in football. Mohamed Salah was born on June 15, 1992, in Nagrek, a small village in Egypt's Garbia Governorate. From humble beginnings, he rose to become one of the world's most respected footballers. But what truly sets him apart isn't just his speed or goal-scoring prowess, it's how he integrates his Islamic faith into every part of his public and private life. On the pitch, Salah celebrates goals with sujud, the Islamic act of prostration. Off the pitch, he fasts during Ramadan, prays 5 times a day, and gives generously to charity, quietly funding schools, hospitals, and community projects back in Egypt. His actions are never flashy or forced. They are consistent, sincere, and steeped in the Islamic principle of humility. In a world where Muslims are often portrayed in negative or stereotypical terms, Salah provides a human, relatable, and positive face of Islam, especially in Europe. Reducing Islamophobia, one goal at a time. Perhaps the most measurable indicator of Salah's influence came from a 2019 study conducted by Stanford University and ETH Zurich. The researchers analyzed hate crimes and social media sentiment in the UK after Salah joined Liverpool in 2017. Their findings were astounding. Hate crimes in Merseyside dropped by 16 to 19%. Anti-Muslim tweets among Liverpool fans halved. The researchers concluded that Salah's presence and visibility helped humanize Muslims in the eyes of the broader public. This wasn't achieved through speeches or protests. It was achieved through football and through the everyday decency of one man. If he scores another goal, I'll be Muslim too. In 2018, Salah's popularity reached fever pitch with Liverpool fans chanting a now famous line, "If he scores another few, then I'll be Muslim too." It was sung to the tune of Daji's "Good Enough" and quickly went viral. While it was meant humorously, the chant reflected something deeper: admiration for Salah's values and a growing comfort with Muslim identity among non-Muslim fans. The chant was not mocking, but celebratory. In a city where Islam had once been misunderstood or even feared, now it had a friendly, joyful association. Salah had, through his performance and conduct, opened minds and softened hearts. Real people, real converts, real change. The most remarkable part of Salah's story is how it's affected real people, many of whom credit him directly for their decision to convert to Islam. Ben Bird, from prejudice to peace. Ben Bird, a former season ticket holder at Nottingham Forest, once admitted to holding anti-Islamic views. But after observing Salah's behavior, researching Islam, and reflecting deeply, Ben converted to Islam. I hated Islam at one point. I was ignorant and misinformed. But Salah showed me you can be Muslim and a good person, Bird said in an interview. His story went viral, showing how Salah's quiet example had dismantled years of prejudice in one man's heart, and likely many more. Amy and Nikki, sisters from the UK, embrace Islam. In another widely reported case, two sisters from near Liverpool converted to Islam after visiting Egypt and witnessing Islamic culture more closely. They cited Salah's example as a major influence. He helped normalize being Muslim for us. He made us feel like we could belong to the faith too. Omar, a German teenager, found faith through football. In Berlin, 17-year-old Omar grew up in a secular home. A passionate football fan, he followed Liverpool obsessively. What began as admiration for Salah's footwork became admiration for his character. I started fasting during Ramadan just to see what it felt like. I watched interviews with him, listened to how he spoke about patience and gratitude. It all just made sense to me. Omar converted at age 16. His parents didn't understand at first, but as he lived more calmly and respectfully, they too became more accepting. Salah made me want to be a better version of myself, Omar said. Tasha from Toronto, faith, feminism, and football. Tasha, a young woman in Canada, came across Salah's highlights during the 2018 World Cup. She wasn't Muslim, didn't watch football, and didn't know much about Islam, but something about his confidence and modesty caught her attention. He was powerful but soft-spoken, confident without being arrogant. That intrigued me. Tasha began studying Islam, particularly its view on gender, justice, and spirituality. 2 years later, she converted. She didn't convert me, she said. She just made me look. The rest was between me and God. James, the atheist who found a path. James, a London-born atheist in his 30s, used to see religion as outdated. But Salah's consistent kindness, prayer, and self-discipline made him question his assumptions. It wasn't a sermon that did it. It was watching a guy pray in front of millions after scoring a goal without needing approval from anyone. James eventually became a Muslim in 2021. He made religion seem relevant again, like something for today, not just for the past. The power of character. What makes Salah's influence so unique is that he never pushes his beliefs on others. There are no preaching moments, no public sermons, no pressure. His approach is subtle but powerful. He simply lives his values. In Islam, the concept of dawah, inviting others to understand Islam, is most effective when done through action rather than words. Salah exemplifies this. He is charitable, he is disciplined, he is patient. He never retaliates to racism or criticism with hate. He represents the prophetic qualities of mercy, kindness, and resilience, and people notice. More than a footballer. Beyond the personal conversions and softened hearts, Salah has helped reshape public discourse about Muslims in Europe and across the globe. In Liverpool, mosque attendance has reportedly increased, especially among younger generations. Salah's name is mentioned in sermons, school assemblies, and family discussions. Muslim children growing up in the UK now have a visible, proud, successful role model who looks and believes like them. He's also built bridges between Muslims and non-Muslims by showing how shared values like honesty, family, and charity transcend religious differences. Why Salah inspires people to embrace Islam. Here's why so many find inspiration in him. Quality, impact, authenticity. He never hides or downplays his faith, yet he never flaunts it either. Excellence. He shows that one can be both devout and world-class in their profession. Kindness and humility. He treats teammates, opponents, and fans with grace and patience. Visibility. His global platform brings Islamic values into everyday conversation. Relatability. He's a father, a husband, a son. His personal life resonates with many.
A new kind of dawah, football as a bridge to faith. In many ways, Mohamed Salah has achieved what no formal Islamic campaign or interfaith initiative has managed to do on such a wide scale. Make people want to learn about Islam through admiration, not obligation. Whether it's a child copying his goal celebration, a fan Googling, "Why does Salah pray after scoring?" or a journalist re-evaluating stereotypes, Salah's faith is opening doors. The love he receives from Muslim and non-Muslim fans alike shows that Islam, when practiced with compassion and integrity, can be a unifying force rather than a dividing one. Final thoughts. Mohamed Salah, more than a footballer. Mohamed Salah has scored more than goals. He's scored victories for understanding, representation, and peace. Through his presence in the Premier League, his humility off the field, and his consistent embodiment of Islamic values, he has reshaped the narrative around Muslims in the West and across the globe. He may never have set out to be a preacher, an activist, or a symbol of interfaith harmony. Yet somehow, through his quiet faith, world-class talent, and unwavering integrity, he has become all of these things and more.
Salah's story is not just about football. It's about how one man, by staying true to his values, changed perceptions in stadiums, classrooms, living rooms, and hearts. He became a bridge between East and West, between Muslims and non-Muslims, between religion and modern identity. Some fans cheer for his goals, others admire his character, and some, moved by his example, have taken the extraordinary step of embracing his faith as their own. He has shown millions that you can be devout and still be joyful, that Islam isn't a barrier to greatness, but a foundation for it, that faith is not weakness, it's a source of strength. Most importantly, Salah has reminded us that the greatest dawah isn't found in speeches or slogans, it's found in the life you lead. In a divided world, Mohamed Salah's story is a powerful reminder of what unites us all: respect, integrity, compassion, excellence, and love, for the game and for each other.